Hi ladies, I'm here with a quick project and please excuse my voice. It is, I'm losing it. But I wanted to go ahead and film this because I want to get this sent out. So if you're seeing this video, then Liz must have received this box. And I made this box for Liz. I'll put a link for her channel below. And I made this as a prize for the Sexy Man Valentine's Day Challenge. And she's been so patient with me and I really appreciate it because I've really just not had any mojo the past couple of weeks. I've been so busy with school. February is like the busiest month, and I don't know why I always forget it until it's February, and then I remember how busy it is. But anyway, she's been so patient while I make this, and I don't want to create when I have no mojo and when I feel very stressed because then it just is not going to turn out the way that I want it to. And I've been working on this off and on for the past week, and I think I'm finally okay with how it looks. It's been really hard for me to put it together just because something just didn't seem right with it, but I'm hoping that I'm happy with it. So after this video, of course, I'm going to look at it some more, but I think I'm okay with how it's turned out. So I wanted to go ahead and film it, like I said, so I could get this sent out to her, and I wanted to start filling it with goodies, and I wanted to film it before I did that. So there's still glue strings all over because I've been working on it this morning. But this is how the box turned out, and I guess before I explain the top, let me explain the box itself. I started out and I wasn't sure the colors I was going to use. I wanted to do kind of shabby chic, but I used the Websters paper, and you can't even really tell it's the Websters paper anymore because what I've done is I've gone through and I've used texture, and I've used gesso, I've used molding paste, I've used some Lindy sprays as well to kind of decorate all the papers, and all the papers are decorated that way. And like I said, they are Webster's Pages papers. But I went through and just wanted to make them really soft and girly and feminine and very shabby chic. And so I was happy with the way they turned out, but you can't really tell what the papers are anymore. So I decorated the whole box with those papers. I also put some of that paper on the front, and you can kind of see pieces of it poking through here. But I put one large paper on the front, and then I covered it with this, it's like a lace fabric that I had, and you know how we make those tears where we, do a cut and then, rip off the edges and kind of expose something underneath? Well, I did that with the paper and just kind of, the lace, and kind of exposed that paper underneath. But then I covered everything up, so you can't even really tell it's what I did. But if you look, you can kind of tell that's, I exposed the paper through the lace mesh. And then I covered it with a bunch of, just lace flowers, and I used some muslin that Harumi sent me. Thank you, Harumi. And I also used some different charms from Marley. So thank you, Marley, for these charms. And I really like them because they're not very heavy, and that's nice because sometimes when things get too heavy, I'm always worried it's going to break or, distort something. So I used those charms. I also used a ton and a lot of them are, covered up or just background elements, but I used a ton of these appliques from Vonny, who's Sassy Scrappers on here. And she sent me a bunch when we did our swap, and I just bought a few more from her. So thank you so much, Vonny. And I'll put a link to her channel below, like I said. And there's some, there's some flowers here. And these are from Marley, and then there's just a couple for my stash. There's some different metal pieces. And this wooden frame is from Sabrina. Sabrina sent this to me from Michael. It's a wooden Michael's frame. And I have just part of the paper collection here, and I thought this piece was really cute. And this says, "Tell me your thoughts," and it's like a fairy talking to a little frog. And I thought it was just really fun and girly, and so I included that on there. And there's just a lot of different elements on here, like different metal embellishments and lots of just a whole bunch of stuff, really. So, and I put pearls going around it, and I think, sorry, let me turn my phone off. I think that is pretty much everything I wanted to explain on the front. This is just a muslin bow, and it's got regular ribbon behind it. And what I did was I just made two bows. I glued them together and scrunched them in the middle and then glued it down. Yep, I think that's pretty much it. And then for the box itself, I went through and I covered it with a couple different layers of ruffled laces that I had, and I did a little dainty ruffled lace. I'm trying to see if you're able to see this This is a Tim Holtz little thing, and I cut a piece of the paper out, and it says Imagination, and I put some glossy accents over it, and then I distressed everything. I like pounced this white paint everywhere, and I used, the first thing I did was the molding paste, and then, let me see if I can get it out of the little thing here without shaking it, and then I just went through and used this mixed media ink in a lot of different places to kind of tone down some of the colors, because some of the pinks were a little too bright, and I wanted to keep it really like shabby. So I, did some of that here too, and it's really nice because it sticks to the metal, which is really cool. Love that ink. And then I just glued pearl trim all along the edge, and this is just a cream pearl trim that I have. And then the bottom, I just glued, what's dropping? Oh, I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't glue something down, but it's the charms. On the bottom, I just glued a piece from the Romance Novel collection, and I just have little pearl feet here to hold the box up. And then the inside is pretty simple. It's just pieces of the paper collection and little glue strands everywhere. Hopefully I'll get those glue strands out, but it's just little pieces from the collection. And this is the collection from Websters that I used. And I didn't, I distressed everything, but I didn't want to really cover it up with too much texture because I did that so much on the outside. And then I have inside, I have the paper, and I have some lace that's layered, and then I have this ruffled, vintage ruffled trim that I have. And I have some more of those charms hanging off. And this is actually a chain that Roxy Car 11 had sent me, and I screwed it in with little Tim Holtz screws. That way I could make kind of like a, the box opening. And I got this idea from a box that Sabrina made me, and I thought it was so pretty and just so classy looking, I decided to use it. And that is the box. So I really hope that she likes it. She told me that I could kind of just make whatever I want, and that she likes shabby chic, but she'd be happy with anything. And it's it was really fun making this for her, and like I said, I really hope she likes it. And even if she doesn't like the box that much, hopefully she'll like everything that's inside of it. So I'm gonna fill it up with some goodies for her and then send it off. So thanks so much for watching, guys. If you have any questions about anything I did, please let me know, and I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Bye.